What's going on, everybody? Show the King here to bring you my review for Naruto Manga Chapter 600, the Big 600, and I have to say, it sucked. Oh, Kishi, why the fuck do you keep trolling us? Oh my god, I want to poke my eye out. Alright, but I'm looking at this objectively. Look, like I said, I want to put this out there because I know there was a lot of hate that came from chapter 599 with the chapter having no dialogue, just everything in general, how the pacing of this fucking story is driving me crazy. I'm like, look, I'm all for one and not losing my shit before a story is told, but when you've got people that's been waiting this many years and this long to figure out what the hell is going on, you can't keep giving us these weak ass chapters with no information. Do you realize that chapter 599, the 90% of that chapter was flashbacks with no dialogue? And what do we get in 600? They give us some dialogue, but it's nothing but flashbacks. Again, it's the same. Don't you think that your readers have already seen these damn flashbacks with Obito as a young person getting crushed by them goddamn rocks? We do not need you to waste a whole fucking chapter on that. It's frustrating as hell. I'm sorry. I know you guys can hate on this as much as you want to, but to me, this was a waste of a fucking chapter. Number one, this is number 600. This is the big 600, and this is what you do. You give us another chapter with 90% flashback, and then come to find out, the only thing that I really surmised from this chapter was Obito's upset because Kakashi let Rin die. I mean, we all suspected that's what, he was upset about, but you're going to really try to rule the world off the death of one person in a shinobi world where people die all the time? Come on, son. Fuck out of here. I mean, there has to be more. There has to be more. And again, I know there is more, and I know that it will be explained in time, but that's what my gripe is. How many more chapters, how many more weeks are we going to have to wait before Kishi decides to just keep slowly doling out information to us? I'm like, so last chapter we find out it was Obito. And this chapter all we find out is that he's upset because Rin is dead with no elaboration at all. It's frustrating. And again, like I said, I'm a Naruto fan. So again, don't look at me like I'm trying to hate on the chapter or just trying to hate on Naruto in general. This is not about hating on Naruto. Naruto is one of my favorite mangas, but I'm the kind of reviewer where I'm giving it to you 100%, no frills, no fanboyism, unless it's justified. And I'm just going to say that this chapter was bullshit. This is number 600. There's no fucking way you're going to get away with giving me half of this damn chapter more flashbacks. I'm sorry, it's not going to work. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let me just give you a little bit more analytical things into what I saw from this chapter. Number one, it still feels like Obito is not Obito from the things he was saying. He was like, you can say, like, for instance, Kakashi says, how did you survive that, boulder situation? And all Toby offers him is, whether I died or not is irrelevant. You let Rin die. Basically, to that assumption, he's saying, did I die or did I not die? Does it matter? Is this my body? Only thing is that he is still going on this whole thing about Rin dying, which is very interesting. And again, keep in mind, we don't know if Rin is really dead. Well, you know what? We can say that Rin's dead because remember at the beginning of the first arc, the first part of Naruto when they were younger, Kakashi said at the very beginning, everyone he's ever loved is dead. So Rin is clearly dead. We don't know how Rin's died. We'll probably find out by chapter 610 or 615 or hell 620. We don't know. Maybe we'll find eventually. And the other thing that's concerning is there's a part where Naruto is talking to Kakashi and he says, you can tell me about this story some other time. Get back into the fight. And I just thought those words that Naruto said was very interesting, which can lead to me to believe that was pretty much all we're going to get, and that the rest of this chapter is going to be about the fighting. And that's even more confirmed towards the end of the chapter when Uchiha Madara shows up and lands right next to Obito. And that's pretty much it. So next chapter now, and again, the only other thing that I learned from that chapter is another thing. One of two things should have happened. Either Madara just decided to roll out on the Hokage, on the Kages, or he took them out and then they were not able to follow. So it's very, very interesting, and it's very scary at the same time because Obito and Madara are in the same exact place, and all they have is Naruto, Guy, and Kakashi. That's very dangerous. Now, the only thing that I can surmise is either one of a few things is going to happen. Either the Kages are going to show up and fight with Naruto. Either the entire Shinobi Alliance is going to finally make it there and they're going to all have some sort of grand battle. And there might actually be some deaths, which I hope they're not. But again, I'm one of those guys who don't want to see my favorite characters die. So call it whatever you want. Or, now this is a tricky one. Or Madara is going to probably fill us in a little bit more as to what he did to Obito to get him to this point. Because again, we already know that Madara knows who Obito is. We know that he probably found him. We already know this information. So we're probably going to get a little bit more explanation from Madara because it looks like Toby is not offering anything up other than the fact that you let Rin die. So, you know, that it is what it is. So, you know, I would love to have, you know, given this review a lot higher praise. But again, I'm just saying, you know, when you give us a chapter that's about 80 to 90%, you know, flashback, I can't rock with you. I really can't. I'm like, you got people waiting weeks to get this information, and this is all you can give us? Not cool, Kichi. Not cool. But again, I want to know what you guys think. You know, definitely let me know what your thoughts on this chapter were. Do you agree with me? You know, do you disagree? And again, keep in mind, I'm not saying that it's not going to all be explained and wrapped up with a tight bow. I'm not saying that, and I'm not poking plot holes in Obito's story yet because we don't have the full story. All I'm going off on what has been shown thus far, and I am not happy because again, I feel like its pacing is going too fucking slow. But again, like I said, rate, comment, subscribe. You know, check out my other videos, check out my channel, and definitely check out my Facebook fan page. This is Sean the King. You guys have an awesome morning.